Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new Trains Are Awesome video. It's December 2025 and what a year it has been. There have been many blessings and highlights. Getting my master's, riding on the next-gen Acela Press train, reaching a subscriber milestone, but 2025 hasn't been an easy year for everyone. And I will admit, living where I do this past year has had me longing for the renewal and peace of Christmas a lot more this year than previous years. I find reminders of comfort and joy in repeating holiday traditions, and there are so many that make Christmas in DC a lot of fun. Things like holiday markets and the trees everywhere, or the Metro pop-up shop, which was insanely busy this year. I feel like it's become cool to be into the Metro these days. One of my favorite things to do is to visit the Botanic Gardens. Inside, you can admire these beautifully made models of Washington landmarks, crafted entirely out of plants. And outside, little trains chug along an elaborate display, this year featuring dinosaurs. Who could forget the Ankylosaurus that was present at the Nativity? Underneath the city, the Metro Holiday Wrap train was making its rounds on all the different lines. Wearing a festive red livery adorned with sweets, every time this train would pull into a station, you'd see surprised commuters pull out their phones to snap a pic. Well, Lindsay and I already knew it was coming and had our cameras out ahead of time, of course. On the inside, the sprinkles on the ceiling made me feel like I was stuck inside a giant donut box. By the way, I'm really excited to announce that this year we got to ride Chicago's Holiday Train again, one of my favorite things to do, so stay tuned for that video on Thursday. But this holiday season, I got to do something new as well. I went out to see a holiday train that I had never seen before. In fact, frankly, I didn't know it existed until my friend from the channel Build Into Trains let me know that it was coming. The CSX Holiday Train. Late in the evening on December 1st, a single box car and 8 shiny passenger cars were pushed into Washington Union Station by 2 beautiful F40 locomotives. Let's go to Union Station and get a closer look. The backup was so slow that we actually made it from the NOMA Metro station to the platforms at Union Station a minute or so before the CSX train came to a complete stop. A huge thanks to Amtrak staff for supervising us and allowing us access to see this beautiful train up close. This train was here to host the Wintergreen Crossings holiday reception the next day, on December 2nd. This boxcar with its bright and colorful lights reminded me a lot of the Canadian Pacific, or sorry, I should say CPKC, holiday train that I got to see in Chicago a few years ago. However, that train tours all across Canada and the United States, making stops in different cities where musical artists perform for the general public. This CSX train does not do that. Every year it stays on one specific route. The Santa Train runs through Appalachia, on a 110-mile route between Shelby, Kentucky and Kingsport, Tennessee. Along the way, it hands out toys, school supplies, and winter gear to kids who live in the towns it serves. It's a long-standing tradition, started by the Clinchfield Railroad in 1942, and continued for the Clinchfield and its successors like CSX, which took over in 1986. This train at Washington Union is completely separate from the Santa Train, but it uses the same consist. It seems that CSX just wanted their nice train as the setting for the event here. These passenger cars are in the unmistakable Baltimore and Ohio livery, the historic operator of famous trains like the Royal Blue and the Capital Limited, and one of the systems that was absorbed into CSX. I'll put a list of the consist on the screen and in the description below, but highlights include the James M. Foote, a dome car built in 1950, and the Robert R. Young, a Pullman built back in 1917. The highlight of the whole train for me though, and I think for everyone who was there, were the two locomotives, CSX-1 and CSX-2. The last time I saw these guys was 4 years ago in Grand Rapids, Michigan. These are former Amtrak units, numbers 280 and 395, that were bought by CSX and renumbered in the early 2000s. First, they ran around in a classic blue and yellow CSX livery, but in 2021, they received this stunning B&O repaint. They're often used together with these luxury passenger cars, either for events like this or for transporting executives, since as former passenger engines, they are able to provide head-end power. I'm here with Build Into Trains. Being up close to these F40s is pretty epic.
Oh yeah, they brought the Amtrak F40s back home to Union Station. But they feel happy to be back.
How's that for jingle bells? Anyway, thank you for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful holiday celebration wherever you are and whoever you celebrate with. Thank you so much for being part of the Trains Are Awesome community. It's been a really great year together. Not to worry though, another Christmas video coming your way on Thursday and more content after that as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.